Hey guys, Taro here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Kholodny Ferma. Today spawning on the right, we have miragefla as the LC player, and his loadout is Luftwaffe Supply, Ostrupen, and Jaeger Infantry. Bit of an unconventional loadout. I know that Von Ivan was practicing some strategies with this, but ended up abandoning them. Didn't think they were good enough to use in GCS2. Anyway, on the left we have LimaOscarMike as the Soviets, who has mechanized support, shock rifle frontline, and tank hunter. Also a reasonably unconventional loadout of commanders there. Both these players around rank 50 with their respective factions. So it should be a pretty even and good match. See, quite early on, miragefla locking into Jaeger Infantry, the most meta of all his commanders for sure, but still get some shenanigans going on with the ambush. Conscripts jump out. Looks like they're going to lose this engagement though.
The new grenadier squad is ready.
Unfortunate for them. Felt like maybe a couple of those models, when they jumped out of the building, were staying quite far away. Probably that cover was still counting during the first, 5 seconds or so of the engagement. Probably didn't help them win it. And he's trying to bait these conscripts into the machine gun, and he does get suppression on that squad. He's going to try to close in with the pioneers now, try to keep the suppression going. Stop it from timing out. Machine gun moving around now to reset up. And conscripts has to retreat. I thought there was a chance he might have stayed in there, tried to run this squad down to flank, but didn't end up doing that. miragefla now making his way onto the munitions, which has, that cover wired off there. But so far, both players pretty much holding on to their side of the map. Second machine gun coming in from miragefla. So LimaOscarMike going for a double combat engineer build. 3 conscripts, which we've seen Von Ivan use quite a bit. Which means he's going to be getting a flamethrower on one of them immediately. Have to do that if you want to go for this double combat engineer build, otherwise you just don't have enough firepower. Cut off here from LimaOscarMike. Not going to last too long though. That's quite a lot of firepower, even when standing behind heavy cover. Oh, but the engineers coming in here for the flank, trying to get the kill on the Pios. Doesn't quite get the job done though. Machine gun gets flanked down here. It's looking a bit rough for miragefla right now. Moving his tick right now. Going to regather control of his cutoff, but in a dangerous position. We've got all these squads down here that could flank this position. Looks like LimaOscarMike going to let off the gas pedal a little bit here. I think this is a bit of a mistake. He just brought this conscript squad up, left his combat engineers down here to do the capping. I think that conscript will be overpower this Health Grenadier and force it back. Tier 2 for LimaOscarMike going into a Maxim. So he's going to jump it into this building here, which is probably going to cause miragefla to get a mortar team. Going for his medics now. That squad very low. Can understand that. Looks like he's retreating this squad back for healing as well. Even though it's still at 3 models, very low health, would lose a lot of manpower if it had to fight. He's got double machine guns though, covering a pretty wide arc. Still a corridor down here that could be flanked. LimaOscarMike not really testing the boundaries yet. Scouts it with the building. Trying to get a flank in with this squad now. Squad is heading towards this heavy cover position. Oh my god, he is so close to the range of the machine gun. Look at that. For some reason not firing. This tiny corner of the building must have been blocking his line. Couldn't actually fire at that squad. That's unfortunate. Machine gun gets decrewed and stolen. Oh, that is bad news from miragefla. Tries to rifle grenade it, but it was very spread out, all the models crewing it. Rifle grenade doesn't do much. And miragefla now in big trouble. Control of his cutoff again. Very unfortunate about that. Squad and the machine gun placement just not quite working out for him. Probably wouldn't have lost the machine gun if that hadn't have happened. Anyway, he's gone for a squad of Panzer Grenadiers. Should be pretty good against these conscripts, which I mean, I don't think we've got any PPSH commanders, so Panzer Grenadiers should be quite good this game. What? Very confusing retreat on that squad there. Only 2 models firing and quite a low health on their squad. He easily could have fought that. One of the models would have probably dropped off, you know, with one of the models holding a minesweeper which can't fire. All he really had to do was kill one more model from this Pioneer squad and they'd do basically no damage. I guess he thought he'd try to conserve the manpower. I don't think that's the right decision in this case, though.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
He's now going to be forced away. Got a mine down here for LimaOscarMike. Gone for double flamethrowers, so is a little bit exposed to telemines himself. miragefla, I don't think he's planted any yet. Opted for the ambush camouflage on his Panzer Grenadiers. I like the look of that. And here they go. There's some really good damage against those conscripts. I don't think I saw the accuracy bonus icon come up there. He's getting another squad of Panzer Grenadiers with... that was a huge flamethrower burst. Engineers have to retreat, but so do the Panzer Grenadiers. Took quite a lot of AoE damage there. But it's nice to see the Panzer Grenadiers. And you can only really get to see Panzer Grenadiers very rarely, and they are quite strong in these off-meta matches where you're not seeing overwhelming amounts of guard and PPSH conscript spam. They do actually end up performing quite well.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
Calls in the Jaeger command squad now. Looks like this is kind of his strategy. Not go for that much from tier 1. And then try and make use of these tier 2 infantry squads. What was it? Looks like he was initiating a Zis barrage, but I don't see any craters from it. Was he trying to destroy this heavy cover? Maybe expecting a squad to be sitting there in ambush? I'm not sure. Decent engagement there for the conscripts. Dropped a model, only lost one in return. It's trade up in terms of manpower damage. Squad's trying to come around the side, but they run into a Maxim up here. And he's flanking around the Zis. They're going to be forced away by the stolen MG42. Tier 3 has gone down for LimaOscarMike. It was a bit unexpected for me to see a Zis. And his opponent doesn't have any light vehicles. Similar situation for the AT grenades. You I feel like you could go for one or the other. Either go for a Zis or the AT grenades, but going for both when your opponent has no light vehicles I think is a bit of overkill, and it's slowed down his chance to get a good timing on a light vehicle. Now he's probably going to have to forego going for any units for tier 3. Well, I mean, you can still get a T-70 this timing and it's still going to be very strong. That's just the power of the T-70, but it's not ideal. There you go, command squad. Getting some good hits in there before they made their way into cover.
This is now German territory.
LimaOscarMike still keeping the pressure on though. Miragefla has drained quite a lot of VPs. Oh, that's a bad timing to get out of that building. Panzergrenadier is shredding here. Could actually lose us, not paying attention. Is it across the road perhaps? Yeah, there it goes. Bit of inattentiveness there for LimaOscarMike. Cost him a conscript squad. And oh, he's deploying some shock troops. He's gonna fight fire with fire. Very rare sight to see P-Grens versus shock troops. Is this 2014?
Supply sector under attack.
Decent grenade, does a lot of health damage. Shock troops still gonna win? No. You end up losing because of that grenade. Nicely timed by Miragefla, good. Grenade toss there, turn that right around. See how that engagement goes. You know, if you can't throw a grenade like that, you just have to do as much damage as they're charging in while they've got that moving accuracy. Well, like those moving firing penalties. And then retreats. Hopefully you maybe cut down 2 models. But yeah, that grenade, well timed by Miragefla, nicely used. Got Telemine down now, which I think is a good plan. This is up against the double flamethrowers. LimaOscarMike now actually kind of missing his timing for a fast tier 4 unit as well. Double rifle grenades almost knocks out the stolen. No, that's a Maxim there. Oh, nice grenade to cover the retreat path. This hasn't been contributing much. It's been occupying a bit of his micro as well. Looks like he's planting a few mines up here with his combat engineers, but really needs to get his tier 4 tech going. He's kind of squandering his lead a little bit here. Oh, tries to get up here in camouflage. Gets spotted. Could still get in camouflage around this little wheelbarrow here though. Tries to sprint out of there. out of the range of that flamethrower, away from the shock troops as well. I'm not 100% sure he knows that they're there, but let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. It's a pretty scary combo. The flamethrower to flush the squads out of cover, shock troops to dish out the damage. Nice flank. Grenade doesn't do much though. Squad was pretty well spaced on it. Machine gun mobilizing itself back to the combat zone. I think he's kind of using the... Oh! Good grenade on retreat. Long retreat path across a lot of negative cover road right past the squad. That is a nasty retreat path. Oh! Squad down. And I heard target eliminated up here. Looks like he just rifle grenaded a mine though. Hey, command squad down. That's a pretty big loss. 300 manpower. Okay, Mirage Flight takes straight for tier 4. Going for the Brumbeer. Ambitious. LimaOscarMike though, as I said, quite slow with his tier 4 tech, so hasn't really been there to punish this fast tech to tier 4 for Mirage Fly, so he's going to get away with it. Man, that was just such a nasty retreat path. Ran like right up here, right past this. Oh, maybe come down this way. But, yeah, I don't really know the retreat paths that well now that they've changed this map.
Capturing our supplies.
Just gets out of suppression there. The sweepers up here does Mirage Flower, which is nice to see. There's a lot of mines up there. Here comes the Brumbeer. First shot. Not too damaging. Another command squad deploying the smoke grenade there. Peregrines. Okay, get out of there now. Should be fine. And he's also get forced away, but they might go down. Oh, that's a close call. Wouldn't be on the field, but so is the KV-8. Don't see that too often. Rashford's only in tank. Well, I mean, the Brumbeer can penetrate the KV-8 a little bit, but he's really going to be relying on his pack, and the KV-8 is pretty strong against packs. Roast them down pretty quickly. Mirage Fly still a long way from another tank as well. Not sure how he's going to tackle this KV-8 threat. Probably the easiest way would be for it to run over a mine. And the KV-8's out of commission for a while with repairs. Maybe then he can stall for long enough to build a Panther, but seemingly in a little bit of trouble. So he also has to repair up his Brumbeer, which was a few resist gun hits. I believe like previously it was very good to use attack ground on the Bombardier, but I hear these days it's not really the case anymore. I mean, you can still do it, but it doesn't give you such a huge advantage like it used to.
Are securing our territory.
Though you may still want to go for attack ground if you're trying to time the retreat path of a squad or a squad that's running. You might still want to use attack ground, but it's no longer a necessity. Oh, this could be a problem. Bounces that first hit from the Zis, but could take injury damage here. Oh, AT grenade a little bit too early. Pack was in a nice position. Uh-oh, here comes the incendiary artillery. He's going to go back in, a little bit risky. Wants to clear out the Zis. Well, that shot was way off target though, firing on the move. So one more attempt. Oh, and he clears it out.
One of our AT guns has been neutralized.
I think he could have survived one more shot from the AT gun, so even if it didn't wipe it there, it probably would have been fine, but still a lot of repairs required now. This gets recrewed. Caveat pulling back for repairs itself. 2 Vet 2 combat engineers though, repairs on that should be reasonably swift. However, miragefla has lost a lot of territory, having trouble holding on to the VPs. Double shock troops now.
Incendiary artillery barrage.
This is a situation where shock troops are actually pretty good. miragefla doesn't have a highly mobile vehicle that can go to the flanks and deal with the shock troops currently.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
That's why they're so effective. Also, you know, especially in the south here, like they're doing here, you can hide behind these shock blockers and ambush squads. So it's kind of a unique scenario where shock troops are actually quite good here. Here's that Bombardier coming down the middle. Immediately evacuates the building. Bombardier flattens it a one hit from almost half health. I'm surprised. Oh, just outside the capping circle. You hate it when that happens. Good shooting there by miragefla. KV-8 ready to go again though. Pack is there, and so it's the squad for a Faust, and it's going to connect. Pack misses the second shot. Bombardier duking it out with the Zis. Oh, he's using the bunker. I was like, how is he reloading so fast? He's using the bunker busting barrage there. Knocks it out really quickly as a result. Still miragefla getting very low on VPs. Despite wiping that Zis, he's not clear yet, and LimaOscarMike getting pretty close to be able to afford that IS-2. It's about half a CP more, and by the time he gets there, probably will have the resources for it.
We are losing territory.
But miragefla stopped the VP drain at the very least. Ooh, Vet 3 now for these P-greens. Just closing in. Easily dodged grenade, but LimaOscarMike's got quite a lot of munitions, so chucking grenades not really much of a concern to him currently. And this is not that expensive. JV, honestly, he hasn't done that much damage so far. A little period early on where it did, force quite a few retreats up here in the north, but kind of run into the pack 2 times in a row since then, and been out of commission for repairs as a result. Here it comes now, though. But, as I said, Panther in production for miragefla. He's managed to stall long enough. Oof. Don't think this got any of those retreating squads. IS-2 on the field for LimaOscarMike. As far as Panther, just about ready. Vet 2 on this bad boy already though, 22 kills compared to 5 for the KV-8. Pretty big disparity. And now IS-2 chasing down the Brumbies. Got the skirts though, got that armor bonus. Okay. More durable. Back is nearby. Panther coming in now as well. IS-2 heading down to deal with this machine gun. Oof. It's the Pioneers first. And IS-2 duking it out. Oh, he tried to hide those Panzer Grenadiers in the camouflage. Didn't quite work out due to the facing there. KV-8 can't really effectively chase. The KV-8 very definitely needs a change. Make it more viable now that's only available via construction, no longer has a call in. Uh-oh. Panther runs over a mine up there. And IS-2 getting a good penetrating hit. Pack in the middle, not rotating around. Still not rotating. It's going to be able to get engine damage on the IS-2. Pack still sitting in the middle though. That Panther's gonna go down here. Oh.
We have lost the machine gun crew.
There it goes. Pushing up his pack now. Oh, incendiary artillery onto all these suppressed units though, that's gonna hurt.
One of our machine guns has been silenced.
Pack now in no man's land, probably gonna get decrewed by these conscripts. Double machine guns being decrewed. IS-2 with the damaged engine can't contribute much in this fight. IS-5 probably going to need to build himself another pack. Even if he manages to recrew this one, he's going to need a second one to deal with LimaOscarMike's current army. Just to decrew the stolen pack, but KV-8's roasting all the way to base. I finally starts building the pack, but it's a little bit too late. There's another incendiary artillery barrage, and KV-8 right next to the base, doing some damage on these retreating squads. Going down really fast. They're trying to contribute a little bit of damage, but KV kind of hiding behind the base structures here. He's a friendly fighter, his own buildings. Pack coming onto the field now, but KV-8's going to be right next to it. It's a bad spot for your pack to be in. Oh, sets it up, but it's right next to the KV-8. Can't get a shot off. It's going to be up to the Brumbier to try and knock out this KV-8. Maybe some Panzerfaust as well. Brumbier gets the job done. But that was incredibly costly for MirageFla. He lost a whole bunch of squads. Heaps of manpower. It's got almost no map control, and the IS-2 is coming back in to finish the job. Wants to kill this. He's going straight after it. Prioritized vehicles on. Pack gets recruit. That might have cost him one of his grenadiers to recruit there as well. These two gets one good hit in. Upgraded machine gun making short work of recruit pack. One more shot. The Bombear goes down. Jumps us that one. There it goes. Fresh KV-8 coming in for LimaOscarMike now. IS-2 gets engine damage in the base. Like trying to hang in there, but I don't think he can wait for another minute and a half to be able to afford another Panther. And this one's pretty much over as a result. I mean, I think what went wrong for miragefla when he was having this fight here, probably should have brought, well, as soon as the Panther took engine damage, he probably should have brought his pack that was sitting over here up around this way, so that as his Panther was backing away, the pack would be there to try to deter the IS-2. Instead, he tried to bring it through the middle, exposing it to, you know, the infantry that was here at the time, and eventually the incendiary artillery, which then allowed to fall into enemy hands. Also a bit risky running your Panther around up here when you've already seen how many mines were up here with your sweepers before. Couldn't feel safe running around up there without a minesweeper squad. So I think miragefla just not quite reacting right, but very novel strategy. The P-Grens did seem pretty strong. Truck troops also, nice to see them making an appearance. And LimaOscarMike could have kept the pressure on a little bit better if he didn't go for both an AT gun and AT grenades early. He could have got a fast, you know, tier 3 vehicle, kept the pressure on if he really wanted to play like a more meta strategy, but that may not be his objective, especially with his commander loadout similar with miragefla. Not really trying to play the most the exact strongest strategy. They're just trying to try things out, have a bit of fun, and there's nothing wrong with that.
The enemy has only 50 points remaining.
Speed this up until the Panther arrives. Don't know if he's even going to last that long with the VP drain on the triple cap.
Capture our territory. The people anticipate our victory.
Nope.
The enemy has 10 points remaining.
Adjusted the field as last VP's drained. So yeah, I think I've already said all I need to say, so I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye, and good luck.